Well, what a night. We are here in the tunnel at the National Stadium at Windsor Park, where Northern Ireland have beaten Belarus 2-1 in their second Euro 2020 qualifier. I am delighted to be joined by Keith Gillespie. How are you, Keith? How are the nerves?
I didn't think that second goal was coming, but you know, fair play to Josh Magennis. He was excellent when he came on the other night, and again he's popped up with a goal, and I think we deserved it because I don't think they really went out to try and win the game. They tried to stifle us, but you know, 6 points out of 6, and that's what we wanted.
Josh almost scored when he came on Thursday, didn't he? So I'm sure he'll be over the moon tonight to get that winning goal.
Absolutely, because I know he hasn't been sort of in goal scoring form for his club. So, and I know how much it means to them to play for Northern Ireland. So to get the winner with a couple of minutes left, they'd be absolutely delighted, yeah. For
you, Keith, does this bring back memories? I mean, what does this feel like? Nights like these are so special, especially at home.
Exactly. You know, it's as good an atmosphere as you could play in. You know, and when you have Estonia and Belarus at home, and you've got Germany and Holland in the group, you know that you have to get 6 points, and the players have done that. So fair play to them.
And Johnny Evans, his third goal tonight. Big night for him as well.
Exactly, but you know what you're going to get from Johnny. He's a class act. From the minute he made his debut to tonight, you know, he's a Rolls Royce of a player. You know, he's just too good, and we're very fortunate to have him.
Absolutely, and Michael O'Neill had said that he was expecting a tougher opposition tonight in Belarus than Estonia on Thursday. And that proved true, didn't it?
It did, yeah. I think they're a little bit better than what Belarus are, or sorry, Estonia are. But you know, we probably knew that would happen. You know, you got players like Kleb in midfield who's played for Barcelona and Arsenal and so on. You know, they've got a little bit more quality. But again, I think in terms of the way we are, I think we're you know, a lot better than what they are. And I know it was a tighter game tonight, but I think we deserved it in the end.
And you mentioned their goal, Igor Stazovic, a real case of bad luck. Deflection off Stuart Dallas, and there was nothing the goalkeeper could have done about it.
Well, exactly. You know, there's something that happens in football where you get bad luck. You know, if that's at the other end, we're delighted, but you know, we're sort of scratching our heads that time because we'd just gone ahead and to sort of concede so early again. I thought once we got the first goal, that would settle us down and we would go and win the game comfortably. But you know, they got the lucky goal and we had to dig in, and we showed great character because we went right to the death. You know, because I think we knew that this is a must-win game. Michael had said that from the start, that we needed to win 2 games out of 2, and we've done that, so fair play to the players.
As you say, Keith, great character, and in situations like this, it just is about digging in and just keeping going.
Sorry.
That's okay. Plenty of people know you're around here, it's okay, Keith, don't worry.
No, exactly. You know, they've shown so much character over the years since Michael's come in. You know, so we know that they'll go to the end, and we didn't really create too much in the second half, and that was sort of maybe a little bit worrying. Their goalkeeper didn't make many saves, but that's sort of one little bit of good passage of play with the goal that we scored, and you know, Josh put it away, so you know, everyone's happy now.
Just in terms of the style of play, we spoke after Thursday's game about Michael's, you know, blueprint really coming through. How do you see how things have changed over the past year or two?
Yeah, you know, Michael, you know, he's such a clever man, you know, and he wants to get his ideas across, and he needs everybody on the same page, and everybody wants to be on the same page, and he implements everything in the right way. The players listen to him and they respect him, and we've got a great squad. We've got a great bunch of lads who have experience going to Euros and very close to going to World Cups. So, you know, Michael, he's got the right balance in players, you know, in terms of the youth coming through, the experienced players, you know, and he knows what he wants.
Absolutely, and he's doing a Masters as well at the moment, isn't he, in sport directorship, so even that is evidence in itself. He's always learning. He's a very intelligent man, and you know, we're very lucky to have him.
Well, exactly, you know, we're very glad that after the sort of, you know, there was talk maybe he was going to go to Scotland. We're delighted that we've managed to keep hold of him. You know, there'll come a time in the future where we won't be able to hold on to him because he is going to sort of manage at club level again. You know, there's sort of no doubt about that. But you know, we're fortunate we've got him because he's been here sort of 6 years, and since he's come in, he's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, just bring us inside what it's like on a night like this, Keith, from a player's perspective. I mean, the experience you have had, the nights you've had with Northern Ireland. What will the players be feeling like now? What do nights like these feel like as a player?
You know, there's just no greater feeling than winning, and especially winning in front of your home fans. You know, it's amazing just to sort of play in front of those fans, but to get a victory and have the crowd right, you know, behind you. You know, especially 2 back-to-back games, which were must-win games, where the players knew they had to deliver, and they've done that. You know, and they'll be elated in the dressing room there. You know, and now they've got a nice sort of week off, leading back to their club where they don't have to play the sort of next week. So sometimes you're sort of playing on a Wednesday night and you're straight back in for a Saturday game.
Yes.
But you know, with them playing sort of tonight on a Sunday, they've got the week where they can sort of, you know, feed their way back into their club. Yeah,
and we've talked a lot about breaking this group stage into almost 2 stages. The first 4 games against Estonia and Belarus, and the second 2 against Germany and the Netherlands. I mean, just how big is it to have those 6 points on the board at this stage?
It's massive, and we've got to go again, because I think we've got to go and beat these teams away as well, which we are more than capable of doing. So, you know, after 4 games and you're sitting with maybe 12 points, then you can sort of, you know, plan the sort of next 4 games where we know it's going to be difficult with Germany and Holland, especially away from home. But we've shown in the past that when countries come here, they don't find it, you know, all their own way, and we can cause an upset. And I think we also have the thing where with Holland being in the Nations League, that hopefully they might win that, which might free up another spot. You know, so we. You know, we just got to take, you know, the next 2 games in June. We've just got to take that as thinking, well, it's another couple of must-win games, and then concentrate on Germany and Holland. Absolutely.
I've just seen the goalkeeper go past us there, Keith, and I just want to mention him. A big game again from Bailey Peacock-Farrell tonight, including right down to the very end, a key save in the last minute.
Well, exactly. I think even at 1-0 the other night against Estonia, he made a really good save. You know, and it's very important when you don't have very much to do as a goalkeeper that you remain focused and concentrated. And he done that on Thursday and tonight, right in the death. You know, he's made himself big. You know, and it's probably a little bit disappointing for him, the fact that he played a lot of the season for Leeds and now finds himself on the bench. But you know, Michael has shown that confidence in him where he's not scared to put him in, even though he's not playing regular first team football, and he's rewarded him with the save on Thursday and the save tonight.
And you can only imagine as a young player what that's going to do for his confidence at this stage.
Well, exactly. You know, he is a young goalkeeper, and you know, he's going to make mistakes, he's going to learn a lot, but you know, it's great that he's you know, playing regular, you know, international football, and you learn so much, especially playing with the sort of calibre of players that he's playing with as well.
Yeah, and you say good blend of youth and experience, and just for the younger players in the team, for Jamal and for Jordan, what experience this is for them.
Exactly. You know, I think they've seen that, you know, Northern Ireland have gone to Euros, been close to World Cups, and they want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, and you lose people like Chris Brunt, and then you find somebody like Jamal Lewis. You know, it's you know, I thought Chris would be such a big loss, and obviously still is. But you know, when you have somebody like Jamal Lewis who just steps in and, you know, like he's been here forever. You know, and you get younger players like George Saville as well, who's been a real find. You know, it's important that we keep bringing these players through.
Absolutely. And I think Jamal is credited international football with, you know, his development, helping his development. You know, it really means that much to him.
Oh, well, exactly. You know, and he's playing for a team that could possibly be a Premiership team next year. So, you know, he's played every week this season. So, you know, if they're to get promoted, then we've got another Premiership player, because it's something that we're not blessed with a lot of Premiership players. You know, you have Cathcart and you have Johnny Evans. Apart from that, you know, we don't really have anybody, so it's important that we can have as many Premiership players as possible.
Absolutely. Just in terms of international football, from your experience, Keith, you know, you have these big nights and you 2 great wins, and then you go off to your respective clubs. Back in June, you know, what is it like in between? I mean, you know, is it difficult to keep the momentum going, or how do you do that when you're not, you know, together as a group?
Yeah, I understand, you know what you're saying. You know, it is difficult because you're not seeing each other week in, week out, and you're not training with each other week in, week out. But you know, it's just important in terms of when you do meet up. You know, you have that sort of bondness, which like Northern Ireland people always have that sort of bondness. You know, we're different from other sort of people. You know, so it's quite easy. Yes, exactly. That's the word I was looking for. So yeah, we'll always have that close bondness. You know, so it's maybe not as difficult for us. You know, being a sort of smaller country, and you know, we know what it means to play in front of those fans, and to, you know, we being a small country, there's going to be times where we're going to go through bad periods. But you know, it's nights like this and nights like qualifying for the Euros that people remember. And
we often talk about the 12th man, but I mean, the fans really were the 12th man tonight. They did not give up.
Well, they always are. You know, that's the way Northern Ireland fans are. You know, we know what they're all about. Yes, again, special. You're right. Right.
I think we're going to speak to Josh Magennis here. Josh. Yes. Unbelievable. What a night. Madness, wasn't it? Didn't quite happen for you on Thursday, but it certainly happened for you tonight.
Yeah, of course. You know, I just relied on the players to create chances. I think that's a big thing that Michael's brought into the team. You know, players who can create opportunities in wide areas. It's just up to us strikers to hold the ball up, play it wide and get in the box, and just wait for the ball to drop. And that's what happened tonight. So thankful that we managed to score. You know, obviously it's brilliant that we managed to score the winner, but the most important thing is 3 points. Top of the group now going into June. And it's a real statement, so it's absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely, and you mentioned that laying off and being, you know, you were fully involved in that goal. You laid it off, you made your way into the box, you received it and got the job done.
Yeah, no, you're not going to see any step overs or flair from me. You know, it's just get it down, get it wide, get in the box, and that's what's worked. So
it's actually a really good finish. You know, it's not as easy as it first looks. You know, because it's your left foot as well.
Yeah, it's just to be fair, the pace on the ball. It's given me all the work. I've just got to try and redirect it, and that's when I stick my left foot out and it goes in the net, and then the place are up. So it's absolutely brilliant. You know, it's been a long week, you know, away, and there's a lot Michael tries to fit in for it without trying to overload us because we're not together all the time. And
yes, we were just talking about that.
I've really took to what he's trying to bring on board. You know, we're not just a team that tries to kick it long. You can see the boys trying to plough it from the back, and it's a big confidence booster when you know that what you're working on the training pitch is coming out in these games, because you know these teams aren't easy teams to beat. You know, they might look easy on paper to some people, but it's no easy games anymore. You know, so it's absolutely fantastic. We'll take real confidence. I'm sure the gaffer and that will break it down, and then we'll look at it again when we meet up in May. And then we just look forward to these 2 away games.
Absolutely. What's it like as a substitute coming on in a game like that where you are under pressure? You know what needs to be done. What does that feel like in front of your home crowd?
It is tough. Like you've got to try and get your second win as much as you can. You've got to try and get up with the pace of the game. But when you're playing with talented players like Davo and Johnny and Craig and the youngsters who at this stage are playing without any fear, they just go and get at people. They bring you into the game, you know, and that's what it is. And you just got to make sure that when you're involved in the play, you don't mess it up, you don't give it away. And as you see, we just combined really well. You know, we work on that and throughout the training pitches. You know, even though tough game, you know, we only really had 3 days on the grass, working as a team with the game on Thursday night. Some of the boys were resting, so it was absolutely brilliant. You just got to try and make sure that you don't give the ball away too many times, and make sure Michael's not shouting at you from the sideline. So it is hard to get up to speed, but as you say, you know, tonight it's what you dream of. You know, come off the bench and you score, and then we move on to June now.
Absolutely. And what does it feel like in the dressing room then after? What's the mood?
The mood's absolutely brilliant. That's what we work hard for. You know, you know, the lads come in from different arrays, from club level, whether they're playing for promotions. You know, unfortunately, me at my club, you know, we're not at the right end of the table, so you've got different boys coming in with different emotions, and you've just got to leave your ego at the door. That's what Michael says, and you've got to try and do your best for Northern Ireland, and that's what we do when we come together. We just work as hard as we can because we've managed to taste what it's like to get into the Euros. Unfortunately, we missed out in the playoffs, so we know what it's like to get there, and we want to get there again. We just don't want it to fade away and be talked about in years to come that we were one-trick pony. You know, we want to keep continuing to compete. So that's what it's like when we come away, and we push each other on. But the feeling inside the dressing room is euphoric. You know, Keith will tell you, winning for your national team, it's a feeling you can't really describe. I think it's the pinnacle playing for the green and white, for me anyway. So it's absolutely brilliant, and now we look on forward to June.
Well, Michael, congratulations. What a roller coaster.
It was, yeah. It was a good game. I thought we played well. I thought first half we had good control of the game really until the goal again. You sort of think we could possibly maybe create a few more opportunities, but I thought they were strong defensively as well. And then, you know, they reacted well to the goal. It was a poor goal for us to lose. The deflected effort, we got a little bit caught in the middle of the pitch and they punished us. But second half, we tried everything. We kept going, changed the shape of the team, changed the personnel, and eventually I think got what we deserved with a great winning goal.
Absolutely, big character.
Yes, great character, you know, and you know, Josh has had an impact in the 2 games he come on. You know, we bring him on the right hand side to begin with, knowing that we'll probably shift him to the middle, you know, and then we end up pushing Paddy to right back, which give us and Paddy does brilliant for the goal as well. So, as I say, there was great, you know, attitude and application, because it is the 2 games in 72 hours is very demanding on the players. A lot of them haven't played a lot of minutes. But you know, they stuck to the task, and delighted with the start.
Yeah, I was going to say, were you worried about in the second half? I know we had loads of sort of play. We didn't really create that many chances.
We created good areas. We got in good wide areas, and at times the final ball again wasn't good. At times, maybe, you know, Jordan, he didn't get the better of the fullback, or Niall didn't get the better of the fullback, and it is a challenge for us. We don't score many goals against teams through the middle of the pitch.
Yes.
It is part of our game, and we're constantly working on that you know, final ball. So, you know, maybe we need a young Keith Gillespie to come in across a few balls for us. But no, it says something that we're aware of, you know.
Were you tempted maybe to start with Josh tonight? Because I thought he was, you know, he could have scored a hat-trick on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a tough decision, you know, because I felt, you know, you're always thinking that something's going to kick Kyle into life a little bit, you know. That is the dilemma, and he's not playing regularly at his club, Kyle. But to be fair to him, I thought he gave us a great shift again tonight. Always give us a great shift, work back, you know, covered across. You know, he has good chances himself. He maybe should do a little bit better from across in the second half. He gets in front of the goalkeeper. So that's a dilemma. But the great thing about Josh is, you know, when you put him on the pitch, he'll give you everything he has. So delighted for him to get the winning goal.
Absolutely. And just to mention for your goalkeeper, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, I mean, it went right down to the wire. A key save from him at the end, Michael. I mean, he's a young keeper. You've shown a lot of trust in him, and he's really paid you back.
Yeah, he has. Like, you know, these young players, they need that. You need to give them that belief, and we've got. What we have is, you know, a lot of peripheral young players around the periphery of the squad as well, and these lads, the likes of Jamal and Bailey, have come in. But Bailey's been great. The 2, you know, his opening 4 games in the Nations League, we've lost the 4 games. That's not an easy situation for a goalkeeper. So he's come in, and I felt in these 2 games he's really stood up well. You know, he makes a big save against Estonia at 1-0, and he makes a huge save tonight at the end of the game, and he's a goalkeeper that, you know, has the attributes to go right to the top.
Absolutely. 6 points on the board.
Yeah, so delighted.
Delighted. Fantastic. Bailey, congratulations. Massive result.
Yeah, great result, and obviously we finished the week with 6 points, the maximum that we can do, and that was what our aim was, and to do that, and obviously winning is one thing, but to win how we do, and we're playing really good football, and we're very clinical as well. So I think it's a great feeling.
It went right down to the wire, right down to a last-minute save from yourself. I mean, another great performance.
Yeah, personally, obviously, I feel like I've done my bit that I've needed to do for the team. But like I said, I've only had to maybe do 1 or 2 saves a game, and that's credit to the team. I think we're really good defensively, and for me to only make 1 or 2 things is obviously a great bonus. Yeah,
you've plenty of experience in front of you.
Yeah, great experience, and it's a pleasure to play behind him, and when your team is working at how we are, it makes my job a lot easier.
How's your week been with Steve Harper? I played with Steve, so I know Steve very well. So how have you enjoyed sort of working with him for the first time?
It's been really good. Obviously, when you have a new coach, you've got new ideas and a new set of eyes to impress, and it's raised our standards as a group. And then it's like a sponge. You've got more. The more coaches you have, the more information that you can take on. And this is a new set of information, and it can only benefit you. And we've had a great week, and we're all getting on really well.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
6 points on the board. You can't be bad to that.
No, you can't complain.
You can't complain. So obviously heading into the next set of games, then, you know, great momentum for those 2 away games, which will be tricky.
Yeah, it will. It'll be really difficult going over there. As we saw tonight, it wasn't a rollover. They were stubborn, and they were there for most of the game. We were on top, but it only takes like a little moment, and you can be back or behind. So yeah, we've got some great momentum, and we're looking to do the same again in the summer.
Fantastic, hope so. Thanks a million, Bailey.
Thank you.
Cheers, thanks.
Thank you.
Well, what a night here at the National Stadium at Windsor Park. Incredible performance and result. Thank you very much for listening and for watching. Thanks again to Michael and to the players for their time. Thanks also, Keith, for your time. And we're well set up now to head into 2 massive away games.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic week because we've got the 6 points that we set out for. We go into the June games with great confidence and hopefully another 6 points.
Thanks a million, Keith, and great to see you. We'll see you again, I hope. Thanks everyone for watching and listening, and we'll see you soon.